Today we're thinking about more ways to build confidence. This is a nice activity once you've worked through some of the others and your dog's feeling a bit braver. The idea here is that they're learning to move and manipulate objects themselves to get hidden treats or toys. They have control over the movement of the objects, which helps them to feel confident, and we build up the amount of movement and sound that things are likely to make gradually over time. Max is up first and he's pretty confident, so I've used large boxes placed close together for him to move through, as well as smaller ones that he may knock over. You'll see he's quite happy to use his body to move the boxes. I direct him through the channel I've set up. He has to move the boxes to get the treats that I've hidden at the end. He also knocks over the small boxes at the entrance, so there's a lot of movement in this exercise. A smaller variation I'm doing here involves putting treats inside the smaller boxes and between the boxes so that they have to be knocked over to get the treats once they're stacked. For more nervous dogs, I'd start out with smaller boxes or put the boxes side by side and gradually build up to this. This time I throw a treat behind a cardboard flap into the box, so Max has to move it around to be able to get right inside the box and retrieve the treat. You can see how much he's having to move around in there, but he's comfortable enough to do that from having lots of practice. I happen to have these nice big boxes from recent deliveries, but you could also use light tables and chairs on their sides, or empty storage boxes lined up alongside the sofa, for example. Take a look at what you've got lying around which might serve the same function of being able to be pushed out of the way, but make sure it's safe and won't hurt or startle your dog if it moves or topples over. You can also stack up other objects that will start to add in some noise too. Start out with a treat between two upturned flower pots, like Max is looking at now, for example. He's having to manipulate them a lot, which is causing movement and sound as he frees his treat. It's Ernie's turn, and as he's still on his confidence-building journey, I've placed the boxes wider apart at the start so that his sides touch them, but he doesn't move them so much to get through. You can see that to start with, he's reaching, leaving his back legs slightly behind. This means that he's ready to move back away from the boxes because he's not quite so sure. He can back out easily whenever he wants, and I throw a treat away from him when he does, to chase it and take his mind off any worry, and set him up to come back and try again. He gets more confidence with each try, so I keep the treats coming. He's moving the boxes more and more each time. He ends up happily trundling through and moving the boxes out the way as he goes. Ernie's now trying a slightly more advanced noise activity. The treat is under this plastic tray, which is an old rabbit litter tray, propped up by two pots. After the first try, I start adding a small metal bowl, which will make more noise when it falls. Over time, I add treats under the metal bowls and plastic pots underneath the tray, and also stacked the bowls underneath the tray. You could gradually add metal on metal, pile up your stack of objects gradually more precariously over time as your dog learns to love the game, making noise and making things fall. You could also have parts of toys dangling out of the sides for them to pull out like a game of doggy Jenga. So, get creative with your setups to increase the challenge the more your dog loves the game. Always set up the challenges so that your dog is able to conquer it successfully without becoming anxious. For foodie dogs, lower the value of the food if your dog is doing things that might scare them because of the treats. We want them to engage happily with the game. Keep a close eye on their body language and adjust the objects accordingly. Thanks for watching. My name's Naomi Andrews and I'm a clinical animal behaviourist. If you'd like to see more training and behaviour videos, then don't forget to subscribe, and if you'd like notifications, then click on the bell.